always a great atmosphere that they create wherever their side plays in and around Kolkata. As we wait for the teams to line up, it gives me great honor to introduce my co-commentator who has been with me throughout these games. Welcome, Rohit Ganguly. And what would you expect from Mohammedan Sporting and Aizwal FC this season?
Thank you so much, Liam. First and foremost, a very good evening to all the viewers and a very good evening to you as well. Well, talking about Mohammedan FC, a team that blends, a team that confluences history and modernization, a team that blends youth and experience, a team that blends flair and brute force. To be honest, if you would ask what I would expect from Mohammedan SC, the answer would be I would expect top-notch brand of football. They were absolutely sensational in Calcutta League, and obviously they will try and replicate a similar form when it comes to the pinnacle of leagues in India. That's I League. Of course, obviously ISL takes the ace, but below that, I League is definitely a league to express your talent. And it's really good to see the stands that are kind of chock-a-block at the moment. The supporters coming in Sunday evening to better way than to be here to try and show your support for your favorite team. Look at the tense faces. Even they will try, or even they will hope that their team goes ahead and wins this fixture. It's been a while they have been at it. Like you pointed out, that Mohammedan Sporting have been trying for a while now to try and clinch the I-League title. Maybe, and just maybe, this can be their very season. And we all know what awaits at the other end. You become the champion. You step foot in the Indian Super League. Talking about which, the two teams walking out to the center. The two teams who are all set to take Naihati Stadium by storm. Mohammedan walking out in their signature black and white stripes, wherein Aizwal FC going ahead, permeating the flamboyance out on the other side in their signature reds.
You can hear the excitement at Naihati Stadium as the sides walk out. It is a great atmosphere as these two teams who have been in the I-League for a while now will look to move up to the top. As you said, Mohammedan Sporting with a supremely impressive Calcutta Football League campaign, brushing aside the likes of Mohun Bagan Supergiant and East Bengal and making it a hat-trick of Calcutta Football League titles with wins in 21-22 and the 23 season. Their star, David, will be on the bench today for Mohammedan Sporting. 21 goals in the Calcutta Football League. Nobody touching him this season, and he also has been a part of Aizwal FC before this, so we will surely see him take the ground against his former side.
One particular thing about Mohammedan SC, though, in the CFL campaign, there were no foreign players allowed. So whatever strengths they had back then, alongside that, they will be able to avail the services of Kasimov, who's been a towering name. And at the same time, Prince will be coming in. So will be Alexis Gomez from Argentina. So they will be getting some tremendous firepower up front. And add to that the defensive solidity that will be provided by Joseph Adey. So this is going to be a complete unit. In the frame, though, the team that will be attacking from the left to the right is going to be Mohammedan Sporting, wherein the team attacking from the right to the left is Aizwal.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point that you've noticed, or rather noted, Rohit, for Mohammedan Sporting in the CFL this season. No foreigners allowed, which actually really helped their cause because they were superb with the Indian talent that they recruited. Namely, it was Joseph and also David. But now, with the likes of Alexis, who was superb for Sudeva Delhi, it can only get better. And for Aizwal, on the other hand, when they start only Ivan Maric as a foreigner, very invested in local talent over the years, have Aizwal FC been, and not much is going to change, but they do have a few options on the bench as well. There is Gustavo Claudio de Silva, but apart from that, it's up to Ivan to try and get things going for Aizwal.
Ivan Maric, he's somebody who can be an eye catcher, somebody who can really be the nexus of all the attention. So, yes, for him, this is also going to be a very big game. The referee is all set, just ensuring the fact that everything is hunky dory, all boxes are ticked before we eventually kick off. Having a closer look at the watch, and I was building up for the start, but it looks like I'll have to wait for a second as well. Nonetheless, crowd is absolutely look at how it's underway at the Naihati Stadium. Attacking on your frame from the left to the right in their signature black stripes is Mohammedan Sporting, the champions of Calcutta. Wherein attacking on your frame from the right to the left in their signature red stripes are the Highlanders. A quick foul here. And it looks like the captain of Mohammedan, Samad Ali Malik, another experienced name in terms of Indian football. Yes, he was clipped from the back there by Augustine. He couldn't keep himself in check.
The first foul of the game. Early peggings there. Augustine just getting in between Samad, who, as you said, brings a lot of solidarity to this team as well. Is now also bearing the captain's armband, moving down that right-hand side. Plays it inwards. That's a nice touch. Take it forward. Kasimov. And now, as you can hear, the movement is from Remsanga, puts it in. Good opportunity there. But it wasn't taken, and then that shot, not the best. But good start from Mohammedan Sporting in the opening minutes. Moving down the right-hand side, Remsanga and Andre Chernyshov. It's good to have him back in the Mohammedan Sporting dugout, I'm sure.
Well, the rousing crowd there tells you that how excited they are. They've waited for a long time to see their home team in action. Another cross coming in from the left, though it was repelled away by Aizwal FC. And at the moment, Mohammedan Sporting, they've started on a fairly good note. However, it won't be easy for Aizwal FC as well to break down the Aizwal defense, because they have a very good unit when it comes to making a rear guard. And since you pointed out early on, they are mainly focused on homegrown talent. Well, that was a bit of a push involved, and the referee quickly laying down the law, allowing a free kick to Aizwal FC that will be taken by their skipper, Munez.
And just to thrust on that point which you made about homegrown talent, there is someone who is wearing a black jersey who comes from Aizwal. That is Remsanga, the number 29. Played really well for Aizwal for quite a few years, came through their youth system and then made a move to Rajasthan United. Now he dons the black and white of Mohammedan Sporting, and they are bombing through the left-hand side as well. Not the best of clearances. Another chance to cross for Zoding Liana, who's also made that switch.
You were talking about a Highlander in the ranks of Mohammedan Sporting. You know, if we scar through the Indian footballing excellence, the Northeast has provided us countless footballers. And to name one of them is Baichung Bhutia, former Indian captain, former striker for India, somebody who redefined, revolutionized the game for India. So, of course, Northeast has been the hub of countless Indian talents. Even now in the Indian team, if you take a closer look at Northeast contributions, have been fairly good. Well, that was clearly a clip from behind. Once again, this time though, it's Remsanga who was not able to keep him in check. And while trying to control Rempuia, yeah, that was clearly a clip.
Yeah, Ramsanga versus Rempu. Yeah, I think it's going to be a battle to remember. Taken forward now. A couple of fouls we've seen already. I don't think it's going to be that physical a game, but because both these sides are so quick, you will get small fouls here and there. So it's not going to be a lot of physicality and pushing and everything else, but you will see a quick clip here and there, and that's because both these sides are pretty quick. And something I'm really looking forward to is with the Dutch manager, how Aizwal, well, here he is in fact on cue, Errol Akbe, with the Dutch manager, how they can take this attacking flair and move it forward into actually getting goals, because they've always played a good brand of football, but they've just not been able to score as many as they would have liked over the years.
Well, if we follow the Dutch football trend across the globe, it'll probably tell you that there are two styles of football that the Dutchmen believe in. A closer look at one of the renowned Dutch clubs, the Hacks. I mean, they have been more focused on playing creative football and, more importantly, harnessing youth. I think that is exactly what Erol also wants to do with Aizwal FC. Just bring in the young players into the mix. This looks like a decent attack. However, before he could try and get the ball into the field of play, and before he could be in a totally commandeering position, that went out. That was a nice run, to be honest, from Alexis. It's just that not pretty controlled, though. However, it's going to be a throw in here in favor of Mohammedan Sporting.
They quickly take in towards Alexis and played down by, I think it was Prince Opoku. And the foreigners will play a big role in this game for Mohammedan Sporting. Those two up front. There is Alexis again. He is super quick. Chance for him. And he will have to settle for a corner, the first one of the game for the Black and White Brigade. And that gives an opportunity to their other foreigner, Joseph Adje from Ghana, to make his way from the back line and probably go in for a bit of a header here. What can Alexis do? He's got 3 assists to his name in the previous I-League season for Sudeva Delhi. Doesn't put the ball into the box first time round. It is put in by someone else, and it will be goal number 1 for Mohammedan Sporting. A bit of an error for the goalkeeper, but the Black and White Brigade will not mind. And it looks like it is Samuel Lal Mwanpuya who has scored against his former side. We were getting to all the players who have donned the colours for Aizwal. He does not celebrate, and I'm sure he didn't really expect a goal out of that, but Samuel strikes and Mohammedan Sporting make it 1-0.
That was a sensational strike from Samuel. It felt like a firebolt kind of driven through the hearts of the Aizwal FC. Once again, a closer look at this. How nicely he receives that. Eventually, there was substantial power behind the ball that probably kind of forced an error from Vanlal Riakpuya. And by the time he could leap onto that position, and by the time he could get the gloves behind the ball, close that gap, the ball had already found the back of the net. Mohammedan Sporting, that goal will tell you about their intent. That goal will tell you about the audacity, about the innovation that they come to the game with.
Yes, a quick corner taken there by Alexis. That will be another assist for him. He's already got the ground running. But Samuel has been such a great player over the years in the I-League. We'll speak a bit more about him, but Aizwal have a bit of a chance here. Not taken down nicely by Rinzwala. Samuel played for Aizwal, did pretty well in the 21-22 season for them. Scored a goal outside the box as well for Aizwal in that campaign, and has also been around for a while now. Shillong Lajong, Minerva Punjab, had a stint at Kerala Blasters, Odisha, signed for ATK Mohun Bagan as well, but now finds his way to Mohammedan Sporting after. And he also gets his first goal against his former club, which will be quite special for him. That's a challenge that comes in. First time we've seen Mohammedan Sporting comfortable playing behind to the keeper as well, Padam Chetri.
Well, once again, it's all about complete football. I think Mohammedan Sporting would be very interested to play that brand of football where their entire team gets involved. And Abdul, in fact, Samad Ali Malik was the one who committed the foul there. The captain of the side, very experienced name, and most importantly, comes up with an ecstatic brand of football. And now we are seeing Mohammedan Sporting in action from the left. They will take their time. Eventually, will play it all the way back to their goalkeeper, Padam Chetri.
Will be interesting to see how Padam Chetri lines up here. Had a couple of decent seasons for Kenkre. Very good shot stopper. And this is a good opportunity for him to make it up the ranks because Mohammedan Sporting have only one objective, and that is winning the I-League. They've had it since they've come back into the I-League when they won the qualifiers in 2020, came so close in 2021-2022 season. Last year, of course, dropped down a bit. But with the signings that they've made, whether it's foreigners or Indian firepower, it's definitely a season where we could see them finally getting that I-League title. A title which has been won and brought back to Kolkata quite a few times.
Absolutely. I mean, the two giants of Indian football who are now a part of the Indian Super League, Mohun Bagan Super Giants in East Bengal, they've done a phenomenal job in terms of enriching their history. And both the sides are also trying to bring forth their A game to the ISL. But Mohammedan Sporting, when it comes to representing Kolkata, they are doing a phenomenal job in the I-League as well. Maybe they are still to touch the silverware, but with this kind of football, with a goal like that in place, maybe and just maybe this can be their year. However, this looks like a decent move here. Aizwal trying to build with those short passes. That is creative of them. However, they need to be a bit more accurate when it comes to creating those passes.
A good quick passing from them. That's a foul again. This time from the Uzbek Kasimov, catching Joseph this time round. There are two Josephs in the game. One for Aizwal, Joseph Lal Venhima. As we take a look at that foul again. And the other Joseph, of course, Joseph Adjay from Ghana, who's represented them at the under 20 level for Mohammedan Sporting now. Chance for a free kick. Amawiya takes it. That's a good one. Not the best of touches. Is that onside? It looks like it is. And out of nothing, Aizwal get the equalizer. And there is a bit of a silence at Nehati Stadium. Out of nowhere, Aizwal getting the all-important equalizer. It's 1-1 here.
Well, parity has been restored, and the only reason for the same being is that both the teams were at it. Aizwal, knowing that they have to show urgency, kept on coming forward in numbers. And we were talking about those quick passes being played, quick, short, crisp, and they can work out wonders. Eventually, it's from the free kick. Amoya sends in a lovely free kick there, wonderfully brought down, and very cool and calm in getting the ball into the back of the net. Once again, the finish, that is absolutely impeccable there.
It looked like the goal finally came from the number 10, Mafela, also known as Lal Rinfela. There he is, getting there and getting the move finished. Hint of an offside, but we really don't know. It was very close, a bit of a push, but that will do a lot of confidence for Aizwal because they didn't really create anything before that. Some good passes in the midfield, but eventually a nice move to finish it off. And here come Mohammedan Sporting again, balls into the box. This time well dealt with by the Aizwal defense. And lots of space down that right-hand side for Remsanga.
I think with that equalizer, Aizwal will be a lot more enlivened, a lot more vibrant in terms of attack. There comes a long ball though, but comfortably headed away to safety by Mohammedan Sporting. But Aizwal, suddenly after that goal, suddenly after that spell of play, they are looking a lot more livelier now. And it seems like Mohammedan Sporting will have to be on their toes. Their defense will have to be very alert. An iota of space and Aizwal can come on their doors knocking.
I tell you what, Rohit, it's only been 14 minutes in, but this is the fourth game of the I League, and I think it's going to be the quickest one. It's such a fast paced game. We saw one similar last evening as Remsanga has a bit of space again. Good piece of defending there from the skipper of Aizwal. We saw the game between Gokulam Kerala and Inter Kashi. It was quick, but this one has a bit of a rapidness to it. And we've seen that with a couple of early goals as well. And the best is yet to come, I feel, from these two sides.
Yes, the best is yet to come from these two sides, considering. To be the bane for opposition. Nicely rested possession, however, slightly overpowered pass there goes out of play for a throw in.
Bit of a calmness to the game now, as Nehati Stadium is a lot calmer than they were a few minutes ago. We take another look at the players on the field. It's Padam Chetri in between the sticks, and lots of experience in that back line with the likes of Zodin Liana and Joseph and the rest. Bit of space again. Remsanga will be up and down, and there is an overlap from Samad. A bit too much on that one. Challenge comes in, and he leaves it and asks for a corner, and will get it. And Andrei Chernyshov, just retrospect, thinking of how those 15 minutes just whizzed past here. And Alexis will be lining up another corner. The last time they had a corner, they scored. A bit of pressure on Vallal, the keeper. Alexis puts a decent ball in, and it should be cleared away. In fact, it could be a chance, but it's snuffed out there by Kasimov.
I think Andrei Chernyshov, he must be having his eyes on the side, because, to be honest, despite starting the game on a very radiant note, somehow I feel that Mohammedan Sporting is slightly fizzling away. They'll have to be careful. I mean, the attacks have been there, yes, but when it comes to actually making an attack count, trying to create opportunities, trying to create space, somehow Mohammedan Sporting has used the wings well enough, but not precisely enough to get themselves back in the lead. However, Aizwal has given the ball away cheaply, but they have also recovered possession as well. The crowd is demanding for a foul, but it never really looked like a foul, and Aizwal can drive forward as well.
That's something which will be a little tough for Joy Singh Thumli, the referee today. It's a fast game, as we've alluded to, so it won't be easy to spot a few fouls. He's done well so far. Here come Mohammedan Sporting again, but not the best of balls forward. And now Ivan Maric plays it forward. It will be an Aizwal throw. Here they come again, trying to get something to the midfield. It would have opened up nicely, but good tracking back from Remsanga. Padam Chetri conceding a little too early into the season for his liking. But at Kenkre, they did concede quite a few goals, so he won't really be fazed by that. There's Kasimov. There is a runner down the left. He doesn't use it. Now it's Ango. Plays it backwards. And Aizwal quite happy to just sit slightly deeper and let Mohammedan Sporting give away possession quite easily that time round. Very good turn. But the pass wasn't the best from Rempuya.
I think that goal from Aizwal FC, that goal from Mafela, that has somewhat changed the complexion. Mohammedan Sporting is still coming on the attack, still coming on the prowl, but the kind of incision that they had initially, that incision is somewhat being blunt now. They are trying to get something on the breaks. That could have been a better ball. The runner was there onto that far right. Unfortunately, he never really got that opportunity. Nice short balls that are being played by Aizwal. And now it has been steered down that right. Again, comfortably steered into that central channel. Does well to control it, and now trying to bomb forward all the way from the right. Will eventually get in a throw in there. Aizwal slowly building pressure. This is where Aizwal is so dangerous. They will be coming at you very subtly. It was a Moya once again, the man who crafted that free kick. It's a long chase for Mohammedan Sporting, but Vanlal Riyad Puya, he's out of his line to comfortably stave the danger away.
A good move from the keeper there. Van Lal wants to get more involved after making that mistake, allowing Samuel to score. A bit of an opening there for Aizwal, but somehow Mohammedan Sporting have managed to get it away. And until that goal, Aizwal did not open them up. They haven't opened them up since. It just goes to show that if you have even half a chance, you can make the opponents pay. And here come Mohammedan Sporting. Angru again. Down the left, doesn't have too much of an option. Now Alexis plays it through. Decent ball. And it's very important to see how Prince and Alexis will combine, especially against this man, Ivan.
That combination is very, very crucial, because ideally if that combination, particularly when it comes to when it comes to injecting pace and speed into the mix, even some shooting flair as well, it is that combination that creates all sorts of trouble for your opposition. Remsanga on the ball, and eventually he sends it into that central channel.
Yeah, we were speaking about Srinath Deccan and their front three, how well they play together, especially the foreigners. So that's something that Mohammedan Sporting will like to do. They've had a few foreigners who've played well in the past. Here is Alexis. Could not get the better of the Aizwal defenders there. And he wants to take the throw in as well himself. Kasimov. Lots of space for Samad. Thinks of a shot. Not the worst of shots, but could have been better as well.
We have seen Samad Ali Malik converting from that range earlier, particularly when it comes to Mohammedan Sporting. They have this proclivity for going from range. So you will see a few shots like that, particularly when Aizwal FC will come blocking. I mean, of course, after a certain point in time, Aizwal will realize that it's time to close down the defense completely, maybe get a few numbers down. So at that point in time, it is going to be these long rangers from the likes of Samad Ali Malik, Zoding Liana if needed, Alexis Gomez as well, which can try and throw them into trouble.
You're almost halfway through this first half. That'll be a foul against Kasimov. In fact, it's given as a throw. It's not a foul. Kasimov thought it was. Not really saying too much to the ref. Mafela. I think that was a foul. But it's been given as a throw. In fact, it's been given as a foul against Kasimov. So referee saw something we didn't. Maybe the handball. Nice turn. And Aizwal now, for the first time, just keeping a bit of possession in the Mohammedan Sporting half. And now they've given it away, and this is a chance for a counter-attack. Alexis, wonderful ball, or rather wonderful thought, but the execution just wasn't up to the mark. And again, Aizwal have given the ball away. This is not really impressive from them. Remsanga has a chance to cross, and that's a very good delivery. And how about that from the Serbian? He got on the end of it there, Ivan Maric, but I think Prince was guiding that towards the far corner.
Sensational opportunity once again. Nicely done by Remsanga. That was a probing cross. Only if he could have kept it. In fact, he could have latched onto it rather. And this is another corner. Alexis takes another one on the ground, trying to create another potential goal-scoring cross. Maybe there it comes. Oh, could have been a goal at the far post as well. But then It lacked direction. Eventually, it lacked a curl as well towards the dying embers of it.
Having watched a lot of Aizwal games in the I League, something that they struggle with sometimes is balls into the box. And you can see there's a bit of helter skelter every time there is a ball into the box. That's why someone like Ivan Maric has been brought in. That's why he is starting, but he can't be everywhere. And that is why the more balls into the box are played, then the rest of the Aizwal defense can be tested.
And at the same time, when we talk about Alexis, he's one of those prolific goal scorers who can be really a threat, particularly when he played for Sudeva Delhi. He scored 8 goals from 11 games, so tells you so much about the kind of prolific attacking flair that he comes to the mix with.
And here is Aizwal again moving forward. That's a good ball in. This could be a chance. Definitely not a penalty. Samad got there just in time. And it could have been number 2 out of nowhere for Aizwal. They will get a corner. The touch was from Rinzwala. He almost set it up for himself. Let's take another look at it. Samad just got there in time, snuffed out the danger. But the second touch was definitely going to be one on goal. And Samad just says, don't worry, I'm there.
The warning peals ringing louder than ever. It's going to be a corner here for Aizwal. And they flip it into the traffic at the far post, but not really a controlled header. It eventually goes out of play.
Decent opportunity there for Amawiya. Was his delivery that led to the first goal. Just a bit too high for him. But Aizwal now just getting into this slowly. Mohammedan Sporting have got to be careful of the pace at which Aizwal attack. It's quite expected for Mohammedan to keep more of the ball as this game progresses.
I think even their coach, Andre Chernishaw, will also like to have a word. I think he's just urging his defense to be slightly more vigilant and be alert about the opportunities. Because Mohammedan is a team that plays the ball on the ground mostly, except for those long rangers that will somewhat startle you. Remsanga on the right once again, now trying to cut back in. In fact, goes a fair bit of stretch. However, the possession remains at the feet of Mohammedan Sporting. It was Kasimov.
And I just saw the frustrated figure of Prince. He's not had too much of the ball. That's another good delivery. And that's where Prince comes to the table. It was too high for him. But when Remsanga tried to find him, he just had a bit of annoyance because not that the pass wasn't good, just that the ball didn't come to him. There is where he can get involved. And it was a bit too high for him. Great chance though. And in fact, it is number 2 for Mohammedan Sporting. As we were showing you the replay of one chance, they created another. And it's Alexis Gomez who opens his account in the I-League 23-24 season. All smiles in Nehati Stadium and celebrations all around. They're taking pictures like it's a party. And it's a party in Nehati.
Well, absolutely. Why not? Look at the crowd. Look at the players. They know the importance of this goal. That is an imperative strike. And most importantly, talking about the dynamics of the game. Yeah, this is how the second goal was scored. That's another cheap giveaway there by Aizwal FC. And he was never going to miss it from point blank range. Alexis Nahuel Gomez. Remember the name. He is one of the sensations. And in fact, he's one of those Argentine sensations that Indian football will remember for a while.
Oh yes, everybody remembers an Argentine who wears the number 10. And he gets on the score sheet, Alexis Gomez. And what a time to do so. Just when you felt that Aizwal were getting into it. That's a poor challenge. But no foul, says the referee. As it looked to be Augustine who went down. Augustine, I beg your pardon. And a very nice assist from Angu as we see that. He definitely caught him, but I think he went down a little too late on that occasion. Dettol with that challenge. Also had a very good stint in the Calcutta Football League. The number 3 from Mohammedan Sporting. Well, that's given away by Samad, and you can hear the groans at Nehati Stadium. They love their football in Kolkata, and every time there is a bit of a mistake, they will make it known. There is Joseph, cuts inside, sets it off. A bit of a foul, and a foul in a dangerous area from Kasimov. This is another chance for Aizwal from a set piece again.
And a set piece from a very good position. Very nicely cut in, and then a proper pass as well. This is where Aizwal can be extremely dangerous. They are a very creative side, so even for a moment, if you're planning to write them off, it can be very, very dangerous. It was Ramsanga who was trying to go forward, and now it's going to be a test for Padam Chetri, because it looks like it's going to be Amoya once again with that free kick. The man who engineered that opening goal will, of course, look to try and restore parity once again. Wherein for Mohammedan Sporting, they will have to stall this at all costs.
Big time and a big chance here for Aizwal. Not much possession, but the number 7 stands over it, takes a bit of a deep breath. Tamauya just over the top. Padam Chetri looks like he had it covered, but a decent attempt, and again a set piece would have been the way Aizwal would have got the goal, but now looking back on it, slightly too high for his liking.
The roar in the stands will tell you that the Kolkata crowd, they appreciate football. I mean, even it was Aizwal's free kick, but they didn't care. They were all in. They were hoping that maybe and just maybe they could have seen a world-class sensation. And now Mohammedan Sporting on the break. However, very well done there by Vanlal Riyatpuya, quickly out of the line, realizing the fact that if he delays to reach the ball, it can be further catastrophe for Aizwal.
They've given it away again here, Aizwal. Here's Prince. Plays it wide to Gomez, but that's a good challenge from Mafela. And they're giving away possession a little too easily. You would have thought that they would have learned from their mistakes, Aizwal FC.
Well, to be honest, Aizwal's attacking unit has been very well oiled and very slick. When it comes to defense, things like that have been common though. Once again, a lovely shot coming in. This time though, Vanlal Riyatpuya, extremely alert, collects it without breaking a sweat.
Yeah, Alexis Gomez once again picking up the ball, moving forward, putting it into a dangerous channel. Samuel was there. He was hoping for a bit of a touch. Now possession given away to Aizwal. Here's Joseph. Remsanga will try to track him. Augustin goes down. There was not much in it. He's going down a little too easily for the referee's liking.
Well, he'll also have to understand, it's understandable there was a bit of push from behind. But once again, the referees have seen enough of battles to realize that pushes like that hardly budges a fly. Talk about a fall, a free kick will never be given there. And nonetheless, now the possession is back at Mohammedan Sporting. It was the captain a few moments ago. And now they are happy to just sit back and play those short passes, eventually steer it forward. Can he spot the run on the left? He does. Looks like another cross may come in. However, a very emasculated effort in the end. Comfortably dealt with by Aizwal, but not really well cleared. Mohammedan Sporting keeps on knocking on the doors again. There comes another cross. Can be a goal-scoring chance. However, that has been dragged wide. Sensational opportunity for Remsanga.
What a chance for Remsanga. It looks like all the former Aizwal boys want to get on the score sheet. He was far too open, Joseph, allowing him that opportunity to get free. And Alexis Gomez puts that on a platter for him. But eventually Joseph just came back at the right time. Remsanga is cooking up a storm on that right-hand side. And let's not get started about Alexis Gomez. Loses that battle, but wins more than he loses, that's for sure. Already a goal and an assist to start off his campaign. That's a good try from Remsanga, who found himself towards the center of the pitch that time. And we really haven't seen Prince Opoku. And once he gets involved, Rohit, then you would see the entirety of this Mohammedan Sporting front line.
You talked about entirety. Believe me, there is still the likes of Mohammad Arshad to come in. There's the likes of David Amar. So to see their entirety, you will have to wait for a while. They've got an AD Gabriel Hernandez as well. So, and Sheikh Fayaz, another sensational talent. So believe me, that entirety, I think it'll take almost 3 to 4 games in I League to witness that what they bring to the table. This is a very good, a very talented Mohammedan side, and now they come from the left, looking for space, looking for help as well. Prince finally comes into the action. However, that isn't the most princely of shots that you would look from him.
It looks like it's smashed someone on the head, I think. It is the big Serbian who goes down. Ivan Maric needs a bit of attention. As we take another look at it, it was a bit too far for Alexis. Prince smashes it straight in the head of the Serbian. That'll be a tough one to recover from.
Oh, Prince doesn't really mince words. He means business, and I believe that he's someone who's more of a poacher. He's more of a predator up front. So you give him anything, you feed him the ball, and you let him do the talking. Look at these stands. This crowd, they are excited. They are happy to be here on a Sunday evening cheering for their favorite team. And believe me, when I talk about supporting their teams, they've come a long way from Kolkata. So yes, Noihati may be in the vicinity of the city, but once again, not exactly in the heart of it. So people, they don't mind traveling all this distance. All they want to do is just cheer for their team, and that is all that matters to them.
Oh, yes, and the snacks are out, so is the tea, and that is the vibe that you get in Kolkata. No matter if it's a 3 o'clock kickoff in the CFL or if it's a 7 or 8 o'clock kickoff in Nahati Stadium, which is an hour away from Kolkata, fans will flock in attendance. And having experienced firsthand a few of the matches in the Mohammedan Sporting Ground during the CFL, it is an electric atmosphere. And that will be a foul right in front of the referee. Too many of those, in fact, in this game. Remsanga on Augustin. This time he finally gets a foul given by the ref. Not the best of ones. And I'm not sure when the first yellow card will come out, but I think once it does, then these challenges will stop. Although he was going for the ball.
I believe the referee is just trying to be lenient here. Again, like all the referees, they have different styles of administering the game. They have different styles of arbitrating the proceedings. So maybe in this case here, I believe Joyshing Monchang Tumli is just trying to be slightly lenient, give that expressive space to the players. Aizwal now latches onto it and now steers it into that central channel, does well to control it. Now to the far left, eventually threads it forward. A nice first touch, but eventually at the end of the day, it looks like Joseph Adier, a very towering figure. He'll bring it all to the use and let it slide.
That was great from Joseph. Haven't seen him in action too much, but look at the comparison in size. Oh, there's a bit of a lash out there. That's what he was talking about from Rinzwala. Be careful. And that's what Joseph will bring to the table for Mohammedan Sporting. As I've said, in that stellar campaign of theirs in 21-22, where they came ever so close to that I-League title, Mohammedan Sporting had the likes of Marcus Joseph and Shahir Shaheen and Nikola Stojanovic, who led them so far into the league. Of course, Andrei Chernyshov was at the helm of it all. And again, you get the sense, as we see this ball played in, should be left alone by Padam Chetri. Again, seeing not even one half of football, Rohit, you get the sense that this year they've also got the foreigners that can do the job, which is ever so important.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're getting a foreigner, there are a few particular skill sets that you're looking forward to. Nice high press there from Aizwal, and Mohammedan Sporting doing well to clear their lines. And I think Aizwal will have to continue doing this, because if they can keep on pressing now, so far Mohammedan's defense has not really been tested that frequently. Yes, it has been tested. This can be a decent chance. Nice forward ball coming in. Could have been a goal scoring opportunity, but then it looks like the final touch came off a Mohammedan Sporting player, and it's going to be a corner here for Aizwal FC. That was a brilliant piece of work.
Yeah, decent ball through, but eventually it was a challenge from a Mohammedan Sporting player, Zoding Liana, who has played for Aizwal, of course, but didn't want to score an own goal, I'm sure. As we approach the 40th minute, a chance for Aizwal again via a set piece. That has been the best way for them to try and get a goal so far. They've got one, and set pieces are where they are trying to target this Mohammedan Sporting side. That's been missed by Remsanga, but now a lot of open space. This pass was eventually not taken. I got a bit excited there for the counter attack, but in hindsight, they're just keeping possession now.
Yeah, I was excited too, and so was the crowd as well. They were hoping that they will quickly steer it forward. But once again, with modern day football, with the football analysts, with everybody coming into the frame, a lot of things matter. This can be a good attack here for Mohammedan Sporting, trying to use the central channel. That happened right in front of the referee's eyes, and he was very quick to spot it there. Free kick has been given, and it looks like it's Samuel Lalmuan Puya who's gone down. He was the goal scorer in that first instance.
Let me tell you something about Samuel. He will be itching to take this free kick. He might be carried away by his fellow teammates. As you can see, he gets up, takes a look at the ball, but I think it's going to be one of the others who are around. Good luck pushing away Alexis Gomez from that particular discussion. Samuel now does get into it. Andrei Chernyshov maybe deciding who can take it. It's taken short, in fact, and Mohammedan Sporting almost catching all of us off guard.
I think, these are wonderful signs. I mean, if you already have prolific shooters in your side, add to that a sensational Indian talent who can bring or who can create significant differences. This is like kind of a very predominant theme altogether. No matter how many good foreigners you're getting, it's your Indian base that actually carves the history for you. So it's very important, because ideally the majority of your team is Indian, and if you have these local talents coming in and who are very young, they can play a very crucial role in forging the future of your team as well.
Oh, I definitely agree with that one, Rohit. As Alexis was shaping up for a shot, went for the pass, and now another shot, but it's straight into the Nahati stands from Anghu, who apologizes. But that's fine. And getting back to your point, it's so important to have an Indian crux of players who are so good. We've seen that at the Indian Super League level as well, where Mohun Bagan Super Giant have so many of Indian starters, and they just keep getting them in. And the same with Punjab FC last season. It was their Indian talent that got them far. Of course, the foreigners were also good. And that is why a lot of these players are getting players who have not only played really well across their state leagues, but with a bit of I-League experience. And that is why a lot of the Aizwal players have gone to Mohammedan Sporting, because they've played in the I-League before. That is a bit of a miss pass, and he should get it back. A miss pass on either side. And now Joseph plays it back. Padam Chetri is not going to take any chances.
That could have been far better, actually. I believe that short pass that was being crafted, it was very emaciated. And nonetheless, now Mohammedan Sporting, they are on the break as well. And whenever they have come knocking on the doors Those gentle, subtle taps have turned into loud batterings a few moments later. And now Prince threads it towards the far right. And a brilliant piece of footwork, but eventually trying to get past three defenders is never going to be easy. And despite a resultant shot coming in, Vanlal Ruatpuya is going to be central to that save. So it's like an easy picking for him as well.
Into the final minute we go of the first half. 3 shots on target for Mohammedan Sporting. A lot of space here again for Samad, who puts in a good ball towards the second post, but there is a red shirt there. And then it will be launched long by Mafela into the space. That's actually a very nice ball for him into Amawiya. Important touch there from the likes of Zoding Liana, or also known as Adinga. And how about that for a ball from Alexis Gomez? And how about that for a first time ball? They're really turning it on here, Mohammedan Sporting.
Well, just before they head to the tunnel, 3 minutes of additional time it is going to be. So just before they head to the tunnel, they just want to ensure the fact that they are trying to have that clarion call blown once again. Stun Aizwal if at this point in time if they can. And this is like a very good shot. Like this is a very good opportunity coming all the way from the right. There comes the cross. It eludes everyone though. Could have been a sensational chance. However, the danger is still not over. Mohammedan Sporting now. Samad coming all the way from the right. Plays it down the central channel.
Yeah, they've looked very good down the left and right wing. They have Mohammedan Sporting. There's a bit of a structure to their attack. Of course, they can't go down the wing all the time. When they do cut inside, then there are a couple of passes that they have. But in terms of the same for Aizwal, it's not been too much of a structure. Of course, it's so important to note that Andrei Chernyshov has been in charge of Mohammedan Sporting before. He's come back now, and I think that is the right decision from them to get him back, because he knows exactly what it takes to take them towards the top of that I League. And especially with this bunch of players. Here they come again. Samuel plays it backwards. And they're doing so well to hold on to possession.
Aizwal now trying to chase, but I think at the moment all they are doing is chasing ghosts and windmills. Wherein Mohammedan Sporting, they look to be in total control of the game. The scoreline may be very close, but if you actually take a closer look at how they have attacked, how they have poured forward in numbers, that has been absolutely sensational. There's another long ball. Mohammedan Sporting trying desperately to latch on to that. Kind of a body shielding attempt there from Ivan. However, eventually at the end of it all, it will go down in history as a free kick in favor of Aizwal FC. Yes, a constant tussle, but eventually it was Ivan who managed to get it in his favor.
That's what he brings to the table. The big Serbian with a huge stature as well. And he's done well in this first half. Has played for a number of clubs in Asia and Europe. And now finally plies his trade for Aizwal FC.
Mohammedan Sporting now trying to get one last roll of the dice. Trying to use the left wing in their favor if they can. Plays it back to the midfield. Oh, that was a nice attempt. A fine drive there from Aizwal FC. And can they get a rodeo that goes in their favor as well? Kind of a desperation creeping in, but decent work done by Padam Chetri once again. As we cross the 3-minute mark, Padam Chetri coming out of his line. Eventually, that is how we will finish things at the end of first half. Mohammedan Sporting leading by 2-1. Lalmuan Puya and Gomez scoring the goals for them. Wherein for Aizwal FC, it is K. Lalrin Fella who found the back of the net.
An intriguing first half of action between these two sides who are battling it out here in Nahati for the 3 points, 3 goals to start off this matchup. As we take a look at the stats, and it's Mohammedan Sporting with the bulk of the ball, 66% possession, 8 shots and 3 of those on target, 2 shots from Aizwal, 1 on target, which was also a goal, 7 fouls from the Black and White Brigade, and 2 from the side in red. No yellow cards yet, and 3 corners to 2 to Mohammedan Sporting, and no offsides as well.
And that's how the shots have panned out for Mohammedan Sporting. 8 shots so far from the first half. Samuel Lalwan Puya scored a goal, and then W. Luang as well. Gomez, he was sensational, scored a goal and took 1 shot as well. And then Kasimov taking 1 from the range. Lalrim Sanga, he's been instrumental in that right wing. Samad Ali Malik trying his luck from distance. And then Prince eventually coming and hammering the face of an Aizwal player. Just those couple of shots from Aizwal there. One of them, the goal from Lalton Moia, and then K. Lalwin Fella trying to go for that long ranger. That was the free kick.
7 fouls from Mohammedan Sporting. Kasimov, that midfield general, just making a couple of fouls here and there. Remsanga with 3, and Angusana as well with 1 of those. 2 fouls from Aizwal, Ramsanga and Lal Rochna with 1 each.
Both these teams have really played an excellent half of football. Aizwal may have to up the ante slightly more once they take the yard in the second half. We'll now quickly take you through the highlights of that first half. Both the teams took the game by the storm. It was Prince that got us underway, and eventually Mohammedan Sporting was into action straight away. That was that opening goal. A stunning strike from range by Samuel, powering it through the goalkeeper's gloves, and didn't really celebrate. But then Aizwal restoring parity. A very cheeky finish, to be honest, but a sensational free kick there from Amoya. Cool, calm, composed, and right on target. But once again, the Mohammedan Sporting, they were not willing to be kept silent.
Yeah, and they kept going. That was a good interception from Ivan. Aizwal almost got another chance, but Samad was there to rescue them. This was a big problem for Aizwal as it set up goal number 2 for Mohammedan Sporting. An assist for Angu, and the first goal of the season for Alexis Gomez as Mohammedan Sporting finished off this first half. That is how it stands at Nehati Stadium. It's 2-1 to Mohammedan Sporting at half time versus Aizwal, who will need to come back into this game if they want 3 points. We'll slip into a short break and come back after this for second half action. Welcome back to Nehati Stadium in what has been a grand encounter in match number 4 of the I League season 23-24. Aizwal trailing by 2 goals to 1 versus a Mohammedan Sporting side who have been dominant here in Nehati. And what do you think must be going on in that team talk, Rohit?
Well, I believe they'll just try and control the game. That's it. I mean, like we said yesterday, get the rudimentaries right. See, to be honest, if you take a closer look at Aizol's game, they have done a sensational work of going forward in attacks. They may not have opened up the Mohammedan defense that frequently, but they have done well in terms of attack. But when it comes to the defensive solidity, the defensive integrity has been utterly in shambles for Aizol.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. They've got to be defensively solid. Midfield has to get a bit more involved and attack. Well, their attack is good for sure. And we're off in the second half at Nahati. Aizwal looking to get back into this game. As you can see, Samuel and Alexis Gomez on the score sheet for Mohammedan Sporting. Lalrin Fella on the score sheet for Aizwal, who scored from a set piece, created many chances from a set piece. In the second half, Rohit, they'll be banking on a bit of open play as well.
Once again, Liam, to be honest, I believe if you want to create something from open play, you have to be a bit more commandeering in the midfield that we have been repeatedly talking about. Maybe just get someone who can hold the ball. That is why holding midfielders get very central to the game.
I think that's a fair point. They've not had that kind of a player to just hold on to it, like, say, a Kasimov, who's just won the ball back again. He holds the game, breaks up the play, and also just moves it forward to the likes of the wingers or even the strikers up top. As we take a look at the lineups once again, no changes from either side, so it remains the same. Here come all trying to move forward, but Alexis does well. A bit of hold up play, and that is what we were looking for, a combination between the two foreigners up top. Here's Alexis, plays it forward, and just a loose pass. Otherwise, Mohammedan were through on goal again.
Well, Mohammedan has time and time again been knocking on the doors, and they're just hoping that they can keep on compounding those attacks. Coming all the way from the right is Lalam Sanga, who sends the ball back, and now once again this is exactly where Mohammedan has dominated the game. The composure, the short passes. It's not that they have ever been in haste. Whenever they have taken those short passes, making it crisp, trying to keep that shape of them intact. That's clearly, well, looked like a foul, but it looks like Aizwal now can be on the break. That's a nice run spotted onto the left. Can they keep the possession? However, very poor work, to be honest. And you won't need, or you don't need a separate invitation for Joseph to come out. He's very alert, he's very vigilant.
And good work by Prince as well. A lot more involved. Alexis puts that ball out because it looks like Kasimov has stayed down. For a change, it was him on the receiving end of a foul. And it almost broke very kindly there for Aizwal, but they just couldn't make the most of it. Kasimov should be okay. That was quite light, but you can understand why he went down, because it was just a bit of a stamp on his foot.
Ideally, whenever there's a stamp in play, I think the referees are forced to call it a foul because it can be very agonizing. And look at these fans. Look at how they have just braved all odds. They've been here in the stands just to cheer for their team, and the chants are getting louder, the drums are getting louder in the stands. It is absolutely sensational as well.
Yes, Rohit, it's always a great environment created by the fans no matter where you go. We saw it at Srinagar yesterday for Real Kashmir. Then, of course, at Gokulam, Kerala, there were a lot of fans in attendance. Same can be said about the Deccan Arena. And, of course, in Kolkata, they are football crazy. On the day where India is playing a Cricket World Cup match, if people want to know how football crazy Indians are, then you can take a look.
Very rightly pointed out, India is playing a crucial match against England, but look at how these crowds, for them, what matters is their favorite club is in action, and they are in I League. So, of course, as we talked about, that they have been very good in terms of form. That's a nice long ball here. Mohammedan trying to keep it in play. The referee giving away a free kick in favor of Aizwal here. Or it looks like the flag's gone up actually at the far end.
Looked quite tight there. Good run from Prince, getting a bit more space, but it will be deemed offside. It's been better from him in the second half. Perhaps Andre Chernyshov just told him to get a bit more involved, drop deep slightly more. Now he gets the ball at his feet, plays it out nicely. That's a nice ball towards Alexis, who goes for the dink, but I think should have just put his boot through it. Here's Samuel again, loses out, but then Samad will come forward. And when he goes for the cross, a bit of cheers come through. He's a local lad, so you won't really mind that.
He's been there for a while actually, and he's once again a very experienced name. The best part about Samad is the kind of workload that he takes. It looks like it's going to be a change that will be introduced for Aizwal. It's KC Valpuya who will be coming in, wherein Augustine Lalrochana will be going out. So KC Valpuya will have to play a crucial role here for his team as well. He's being introduced for a reason, and of course his team will be hoping that maybe and just maybe he can be put to good use there.
A bit of a foul there from Kasimov. Maybe a bit of redemption after he went down. That's the fourth foul now for the Uzbek. You got to be careful not to go into the books, and that is a challenge coming in from Alexis Gomez as well. They're riding a tight line here, Mohammedan Sporting, when it comes to the challenges, but that's a good pass towards Prince, who holds it up slightly. Alexis again. And now they try to work it out via the right-hand side. Samad to Remsanga. Samuel is there if he wants a bit of help. Remsanga decides to take it himself. That's a good ball, and Prince is denied by a sensational save by Vanlal Triatipuya. What a save!
Absolutely sensational indeed. Look at how he threw his body, and that too in the fraction of a second. Those instincts from Riyad Puya saving Aizwal in this case. But look at that cross. Look at that nice run there from Prince. I think it's brilliant football all around. From the goalkeeper, from the cross. Once again, Remsanga pulling off the strings. He's been brilliant on that right wing.
Well, Rohit, I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of the cut back through the legs. And that's exactly what Remsanga did. He waited for the opponent to stretch his legs, put it through it. And considering they haven't played too much together, Prince gambled. That's a sign of a good striker. He went towards the first post, got the connection right, but unfortunately hit it straight to the goalkeeper, Vanlal, who made a super save. And they're enjoying themselves. The Mohammedan sporting fans definitely would love to take the 3 points back home.
Well, before the Monday morning blues kick in, why not just savor in the supremacy of your team, who are right now pulling off a sensational game?
This is not a good sight for Ivan. He spotted Prince. Great run from Prince. Now that you see it again, Ivan went for it. He slipped and has hurt his ankle. He might have rolled his ankle there. Instantly, looks like he signaled to the bench, and hopefully he can jog it off. If he can't, then this will be a big problem, Rohit, for Aizwal, because he has been the heart of their defense.
And to be honest, with Ivan in it, and I think they are taking off Ivan. Yes, they have taken off Ivan, which introduces Gustavo Claudio da Silva into the mix, another Brazilian. So maybe they do have the defensive backup, yes, but how much can Gustavo deliver in the face of such insane pressure? That is going to be a point to talk about.
Of course, Gustavo definitely can take the reins in the defense, but it's all about just getting accustomed, rather, I beg your pardon, to this game, to the pace of the game. Because Mohammedan Sporting have got the ground running very early in the first half. They've done the same in the second half. So for him to just quickly come into it and deal with the likes of Prince's physicality and Alexis Sanchez's speed won't be easy for Gustavo.
And now Mohammedan coming all the way from the left. It looked like it was once again Samad Ali Malik who wanted to keep Aizwal FC at bay. And now Aizwal desperately trying to cling on to the ball. Unfortunately, it was slightly more on the cusp. It looked like it was Lalrin Zuala. And it's going to be back in the control of Samad Ali Malik, who gets in a quick throw, nice short pass, and steered into the stride altogether of Joseph. Joseph sends it even forward. And now Mohammedan Sporting trying desperately to just go for that chase. However, that would fizzle out of play, which will be a throw-in in favor of Aizwal FC.
And this doesn't look good at all. There was a lot of strapping on that ankle for Ivan Maric, and Mohammedan Sporting take it forward. Samuel, who can shoot this time into the stands.
Would have been a resonating effort. In fact, if Mohammedan Sporting could have got that in the back of the net. Once again, Samuel showcasing his shooting flair. He just needed to keep the ball in the frame of the goal, try and make it on target. Samuel has really shown some steep promise, and Errol Akbay, he'll need to have maybe a word with his team there. Another long goal kick sent downtown, eludes everyone, but Mohammedan Sporting, they're right up to the task.
A bit of a tricky period in this game because Mohammedan Sporting want one more to get things a little more solidified. Aizwal, of course, are still in this. And we speak about someone who can take control of the midfield or perhaps even going forward for Aizwal FC. They do have Fetson Marshall, who has played for Srinidhi Deccan in the past, knows exactly what it means to play in the I League, and now he definitely is an option as we see this foul from. Yes, it definitely was side. A bit of a push, but also a bit of a slip there for Awiya.
You were talking about the options that they have, particularly the likes of Fretch and Marshall. They also have the likes of Sheikh Shahil, and alongside him, Kim Kima can be a very good option. Kim Kima is a very experienced campaigner. He's played a while in the Indian circuit. And TKA Chinza, he's someone who's very young and very exciting. But once again, at times, if nothing is going in your way, maybe just throw in a bit of young blood into the mix, and suddenly the entire dynamic, the entire picture takes a paradigm shift. So yes, a lot of options still on the bench for Aizwal FC as they keep on looking for the equalizer. They keep on trying to probe Mohammedan Sporting with all possible questions in their question bank. And this is nice work. However, it looks like he's been clipped from behind. This is going to be a free kick here in favor of Aizwal. It's Lalrin Zoala who was brought down by Kasimov.
Yeah, many fouls from Kasimov, 5 to be precise. But another opportunity from a set piece for Aizwal. That's what they have had to resort to. Amawiya stands over it. Not the best of deliveries, could not even pass the first man, which was Samad Ali Malik. And the deliveries have to be better. He was good in the first half. If you're going to try and get an equalizer, then you've got to be a little more precise when it comes to those set pieces. Nicely done. It will be a black and white ball for the throw-in.
Another thing that kind of surprised me right now for Aizwal, they had three players on the wings, wherein they just had one player in the box. Ideally, if you're trying to go for a cross, two players are more than enough to create that support system that you're looking forward to. Maybe and just maybe, they can try and channelize that attacking flair in the box.
That is well spotted, Rohit. Lots of fine tinkering will be required and will happen, of course, over the course of the season for all sides. But what's important is to start off well. And if Mohammedan Sporting can get an opening win here, they will be delighted. Aizwal, of course, traveling away from home, might have an eye maybe on a point, which isn't too bad either. Here is Detol, plays it back towards Joseph, and they just like to rebuild once again.
And also, like a very nice point that you just made, Liam, where you said that a lot of fine tuning will be happening. You know, we say in a marathon league like this, the final product is the crucible that's forged out of fire and ice. But once again, considering the first four games that we are witnessing, the kind of gentry, the kind of speed, the kind of exchanges that we have seen, the kind of intensity that has continued till the very last minute of the game. Believe me, when the fine tunings happen, this is going to turn into a boiling cauldron of excellence. And these are wonderful signs for Indian football. At the moment, it looks like Mohammedan Sporting, they'll take their time. It was Zodin Liana with the throw-in. Owen turns, sends the ball towards the central channel to Kasimov. Kasimov steers it slightly on the right side. A very staunch piece of defense there from Aizwal. Few short passes hither and yon. Just trying to calm the tempo down, trying to get the Aizwal FC players out of that husk of theirs.
Now moving forward, Mohammedan Sporting, but the run wasn't made by Alexis. Someone has stayed down. Referee asks him to get up, and we can continue. Here is Gustavo. Haven't seen him thrown into the defensive side of things just yet. Mohammedan Sporting just losing a bit of that spark which they started the first, rather the second half with.
With the current positioning of Gustavo, it looks like that he's a wing back or a side back, rather, to be precise. So maybe and just maybe he's not the like for like replacement. That's wonderfully done there. And a nice forward ball here coming from Aizwal. Wanted to go for a shot. Kind of a pretty hasty attempt made by Aizwal that somewhat took the ball away from them.
Good sweeper keeping again by Vanlal. He's a good reader of the game. Here's Gustavo, smashes it forward. Don't really have too much of physicality up front to Aizwal, and this could be a chance now, but it was a bit too much on that pass for Prince.
Aizwal FC just playing all the way from the back, trying to knit together those short passes. But once again, the Mohammedan Sporting defense, that has been absolutely brilliant. And they are not willing to give away an iota of space. Now they are trying to come from the right. They have a lot of space ahead of them. They're just waiting for some help as well.
And it's very interesting. These two sides have met in the past, of course. I'll come back to that. There's a lot of space for Msanga, like there has been throughout the game, but this time he can't get the pass out. He has another option. If he wants, he plays it towards Prince, who opened his foot up and aimed for that second post. He says it's a good pass, but he will know that he needs to bury chances like that one.
I think he had all the time in the world to at least capture and take a stride. It's just that he wanted to be slightly artistic, wanted to place the ball. Again, a very good option, no doubts about that. But if you're trying to place the ball from that angle, ideally you'll find the goalkeeper in its way. So he needs to do better or needs to get a better angle if he has plans like that.
Just putting my striking boots on and thinking what Prince was on about there. He took one good shot before this, which was saved. So this time he was thinking, okay, if I've got to beat the goalkeeper, I might have to find the corners instead of just putting his boot through it. This is a chance for Aizwal. Perhaps a shooting opportunity, but it's over the top. So that's perhaps why he tried to place it. As we take another look at this shot.
Yeah, that was a wonderfully struck shot, nicely powered. But again, the direction, the height. When you're particularly going for these shots, it's very important that you try and drill them flatter instead of going underneath the ball. The moment you do that, well, we'll get back to that. You're talking about David Hamar, and David Hamar will be taking the center stage. And who will be making way for him? It's none other than Prince Opoku Agyemang.
And you can hear the round of applause from the Mohammedan Sporting faithful. You can hear the roars because it is David who has been sensational in the Calcutta Football League. 21 goals for Mohammedan Sporting. What a signing he's been. Of course, playing against his former side. It's been a good outing for Prince. He should have got a goal, but chances have been coming. Here is the chance. Alexis will take it forward. Goes for the nutmeg. Here is David again. Could have shot it first time. Decided not to. Holds it up and keeps holding it and plays it backwards. And Mohammedan Sporting will have to build from behind again. Not the best of clearances, but somehow they've got it away. Have Aizwal FC.
Well, another wonderful sequence of play here from Mohammedan Sporting. And now they will rely on those square passes. Nicely laid into that stride. However, Aizwal FC defense, I don't think they will be faced by an opportunity like that. Not really the best of clearances. High press football from Mohammedan Sporting. Unfortunately, he couldn't really keep that run of his in check. Ends up fouling. Yeah, it is Remsanga who commits the error.
Fourth foul for Msanga. Quite a few of those coming in the attacking position, so he won't really mind. Here is Gustavo. Only 2 fouls from Aizwal. Has felt like a little more, but a lot of them from Mohammedan Sporting, of course. Midway through this second half, it's still hanging in the balance, of course. In terms of the scoreline, it is 2-1 to Mohammedan Sporting. But you get the feeling that something's got to give, Rohit. We might be seeing a goal in the next 10 to 15 minutes, and it's important as to which way that goal goes.
Well, at the moment, to be honest, Liam, there's just one way that looks open, and that's the Mohammedan way. But once again, knowing Aizwal FC, you can never write them off, particularly with a slender lead like this. Aizwal FC can create anything out of thin air, and they are indeed magical. And believe me, if Aizwal FC is on song, there will be very big teams who can come down crashing. I think the flag's gone up. Yes, which means Aizwal FC will have a chance to rebuild from the back and drive forward.
Nice ball from Kasimov, but it looks like he was definitely straying offside. That's not the position you would like to take as a winger. You've got to stay onside because you can see the entirety of the defense and the offside line that they are playing. But slightly tired legs, perhaps from Remsanga, who has been really good. Brilliant turn once again. And he has to be stopped by not one but two Aizwal players. And speaking of thin margins and victories, we'll come back to that. Here is a chance again. Gustavo misses the challenge. It's played wide, a little too wide there for Alexis, who sets it up nicely. The pass comes back in. And it's a nice move from Mohammedan Sporting, but the danger was snuffed out.
Well, to be honest, if there's one thing that we should talk about, Alexis, is how in the second half, instead of being central to that attacking sphere, just taking that central route over and over again, he shuffled constantly between the ranks. That tells you his ability to take excessive workload. Talking about Alexis, once again, he's in the frame. He's someone whom the ball somewhat gets attracted to. Nice cross comes in from the left. The referee says it's all right. That was a very gentle push.
Yeah, definitely not a foul. Referee has been in good positions and has let the play flow. Many times we have thought it was a foul, but of course he has the best set of eyes in the house and he is allowing the play to progress, and this is how it moves forward for Aizwal. But that final pass just not working for them. Kasimov runs through. He's got a lot of energy and creates a bit of space, and now makes the ball for David, who shuffles it wide. Remsanga with acres of space, cuts inside, goes onto his left foot. That's a great block. Kasimov again, and it somehow evades the goal face, and it will go out for a corner for Mohammedan Sporting.
Another extraordinary sequence of events here by Mohammedan Sporting. Wonderfully laid it into the stride of Remsanga. Remsanga's shot was blocked well enough. And then Kasimov trying to put in a crucial attempt towards the goal. Unfortunately, it takes a deflection.
Great block, in fact, there by Munez to start it off. The number 4, the skipper of Aizwal, there he is. Just stood still and tall. Here is Alexis. Decent ball in. Chance for a shot from across the box. And how about that for a save? Again from Van Lal against David.
Emitting sparks of sensational goalkeeping brilliance. Van Lal Riakpuya standing tall, just not going to allow the opposition to try and get an easy way, get an easy inroad into the goal. Brilliant, brilliant instincts.
I'll tell you what, Rohit, David is showing the kind of form that he's been in. 21 goals in the CFL, and it's as if the ball is just attracted to him. Alexis looks for another ball in. Joseph is there as an option, but he takes it short. Nicely cut out by Remsanga. Decent ball in, and this should be number 3. But David has been denied once again, and he cannot believe it. Neither can I, because Van Lal pulls out another super save.
Yeah, Van Lal proved to be the wizard of Aizwal, saying in the loudest of words there to David, "You shall not pass." And it looks like David, in fact, Van Lal has pulled off another save. I think we were so caught up in that move that we kind of missed out. Here's a foul, though. The referee, I think that is going to be the first yellow card of the evening. And who else than Alexis Gomez? Well, he's been the thick of things. He scored the first goal. He's assisted one, and now he picks up one for the team as well.
It looks like he wants to be first at everything, Rohit. First assist, first goal, and now first yellow as well. Wasn't much in it. You see a few more challenges, but as the referee says, it's an amalgamation of the other fouls, and that gets him in the book.
Yeah, you just pointed out the first and everything. There's another card, another color of card that also comes out. I think he will definitely not like that. Neither will Mohammedan Sporting. There comes a lovely cross though, and wonderfully collected by Padam Chetri. He's not really been tested in the second half. This is the first time he had to come out of his line to collect a ball, and he does that without any fuss whatsoever.
As I said before, Padam Chetri has got beautiful hands. Just collects that ever so nicely. And Rohit, earlier we were speaking about the fine margins and this 2-1 win, or rather this 2-1 scoreline, which might turn out to be a win for Mohammedan Sporting. But Aizwal, in the last fixture that these two sides played, won by 1-0. And incidentally, it was a former Mohammedan Sporting player. As we see this back pass straight into the hands of Van Lal, who's been great. It was a former Mohammedan Sporting player in Henry Kisika who got that goal for Aizwal. So quite a few common players for these two teams by the looks of it.
Henry Kiseka is a name. To be honest, he's one particular player who really loves to score in the big games, who loves to score in those dying embers. He's somebody who's a very clutch player, to be honest. And you can't just rule him out. Because if he's there on the ground for 90 minutes, he will have a significant impact on the game.
And this is where Padam Chetri will be important, just keeping things calm for Mohammedan Sporting. He gets the ball back here. Not the best of touches, but then he does pass the test. And now they look like they're moving into a bit of a shell here, Mohammedan Sporting. There's still 16 minutes to go. You've got to be careful as they try to move things forward again.
You know, to be honest, if you're trying to get into a shell against Aizwal FC, Aizwal FC is one particular team who can be very unforgiving. If they start finding their footing, they can actually make you pay. So I believe the best option, the best resolution will always be to try and play your natural game. And in fact, they've been so expressive. This is a nice run there by Aizwal FC, trying to use the left wing. There comes the cross. However, it eludes everyone. Could have been a bit of trouble.
Now Alexis gets to move it forward. Plays it towards Kasimov. Super ball by him. A classy ball indeed, more like Klasimov. Too much on that for the run of Samuel from Remsanga. Those two know each other so well, of course. And the two Aizwal boys just coming back to haunt their former side this evening.
Well, Klasimov, I must say, it's not just Mohammedan knitting together a brilliant brand of play on the ground. You're knitting together some exquisite wordplay as well, Liam. And no wonder he has been somebody of class. He's been someone who's been knitting the authority for Mohammedan Sporting. And you need a figure like that. If somebody's leading your defense, this looks like a decent ball. There comes the cross, and it eludes almost everyone just to fall into the stride. Well, that should be a foul. That has to be a foul. I mean, Amoya, he was on his way forward. And as a result, there was no other way that Mohammedan could have actually stopped it. So Samuel, the goal scorer, also takes a booking for his team.
And he's just helping his friend there because they do know each other. Went for him once and then twice. Samuel with a professional foul, if there ever was one. He knew he had to bring down his opponent, and looks like he should be okay. In fact, somebody else has gone for a bit of treatment, but Samuel will get a yellow card to join Alexis in the referee's book.
It looks like it's Lalrinzuala who's actually gone down as well, but he's back on his feet. That is the good sign. Once again, as you were pointing out in the earlier games, playing for almost 90 minutes of football and trying to be on your feet, trying to showcase your talent, your flair consistently at a very high level. I think it's not easy for you to play without any cramps or pulls. So and to be honest, again, winter is still to come down here. So the temperatures, yes, they are cooler, they are pleasant, but when you're playing football at such a high tier level, I don't think there's anything called the calm and the coolness. It's all about pressure, it's all about intensity, speed, and sweat.
Yeah, you will see a bit of cramping here and there, especially because it is the first game. Once these players get into the groove of playing 2 or 3 matches, then that might not come into play, but the intensity has definitely been there, and this man, Kasimov, has been at the center of it all. If he's not playing a pass, he's making a challenge. If he's not making a challenge, he's calling out to someone. Definitely one of the leaders that you can identify on the pitch for Mohammedan Sporting.
Undoubtedly, there's no second thoughts on that. And I think Mohammedan Sporting, the best part about them, we'll get back to the best part. Aizwal may have one of their own as they are playing those short passes, trying to get some space. It looks like the referee didn't really know where to go. Eventually, a long cross comes in, nicely chested down. However, when this man remains in the hunt for Mohammedan, he goes by the name of Joseph. You will not see those chances creating pretty, or those chances finding its right destination. It looks like the attack continues, and eventually the shot comes in. That's jammed off a defender.
And Joseph, once again, as you were speaking about him, Rohit, just makes another nice block, offers a lot of solidarity to this black and white brigade. Angro plays it towards Alexis. And now Remsanga to Samuel. Back to Remsanga. Takes another touch. And then it has been parried away by Van Lal for what will be another corner for Mohammedan Sporting. A bit of an excessive touch towards the end for the winger.
Well, absolutely on that. I mean, look at Remsanga. He's being tirelessly brilliant. He continued to run on that right wing of his, and the kind of football that we've seen from him, to be honest, he's going to be the seed of Mohammedan's future as well, if they can nurture him for sure. And Alexis is once again the man shouldered with the responsibility of trying to take that corner, chips it into the mix opportunity. However, it looks like Aizwal has it under control.
Minutes to play in Nahati Stadium. Adinga takes a throw. Nicely kept there by Remsanga, who finds himself on the left wing as well. David loses possession and gives away a throw this time round. And in the history of these two sides meeting in the I-League, Mohammedan Sporting with one win, Aizwal winning 2 of those. So Mohammedan Sporting will definitely want to make it 2-2. There has been one draw as well in between these two.
Absolutely. I mean, both these sides, again, knowing the fact that they've been in the Indian football circuit for a while, the kind of encounters that we have seen, the kind of thrill that these two teams have produced over the years, that is indeed sensational. This one goes out of play, though. It's going to be a throw-in.
And the beauty of that, Rohit, as you mentioned, is that every year in the I-League, we do have a couple of new teams coming forward. That will definitely be a foul from Gustavo on David, who has been superb since coming on. Could have got a couple of goals. And this year, we will also get a few new friendly rivalries with the likes of Interkashi and Namdheri coming in. And of course, Shillong Lajong also coming back in. So there will be lots of new age rivalries to speak about. That's a nice ball in, taken down by Samuel. And here's Alexis again. Another ball played in, but not the best of ones.
Well, I believe you were talking about Namdari. I'll be very excited to see Namdari play. Right now, the Mohammedan is knitting together an excellent brand of playing. To be honest, Aizwal FC barely clawing that ball away, and now they can be on their way for a break. However, it's not easy to go past Mohammedan at the moment. They are consistent. And now another nice ball that's being played into the stride of Aizwal FC. Just before they could collect and drive forward, Alexis was all set. And it looks like Alexis has committed another foul. He's somewhat living dangerously on the precipice. Maybe and just maybe Andrei Chernyshov knows that Alexis' job has been done. So maybe he can also try and sub him, get someone else on the ground. And at the moment, it looks like K. Lalrinfela, the goal scorer for Aizwal, he was the one who was clipped from behind. And one of the reasons why Alexis is still being kept is because the margin is way too slender. Just that solitary goal. So if by hook or by crook, if Aizwal FC can find the back of the net, if they can restore parity, then of course the services of Alexis Nahuel Gomez will be imperative to Mohammedan Sporting.
The thing about Alexis is that he cannot stay out of the game. So that's why you're right, Chernyshov may think about pulling him out, but he's the kind of player who won't want to be taken out as well. So I'm sure he will be slightly cautious of his next foul. That's a decent ball in, nicely negotiated by the likes of Zoding Liana, who has had a very good game, very solid game as he always does.
And since we're talking about Alexis, we'll get back to that after this throw though. This looks like Aizwal just trying to get something into the box. The throw was quickly taken. And Mohammedan Sporting clearing their lines. We were talking about Alexis a few moments ago. They still have a couple of impressive names in that substitute of theirs. So I think maybe and just maybe, particularly with AD Gabriel Hernandez Padilla, the man from Honduras, if he can also be introduced, he's also a forward. So maybe a like-for-like substitution. This almost allowed Aizwal to carve an opportunity for themselves, but wonderfully done there by Joseph once again. And now Mohammedan Sporting is on a move of their own. They're trying to use the left wing, not really the best of crosses. But what Aizwal does is they trade it away for a corner, and suddenly out of nowhere a yellow card came out. And another big name for Aizwal, and their tempers are flaring at the moment.
I think that's very good refereeing. As the official went back towards Gustavo, gave him a yellow card because of a challenge. It was this challenge. That's a poor one on David, trying to clatter him and take him out. Referee spots that, allows the play to continue via an advantage, and then brings it back and gives Gustavo a yellow card. So very good job there by Joy Singh Thumli. And we see a couple of changes taking place. It's time for Remsanga to come off. What a game he has had. And it looks like Samuel will also be coming off. Two of them playing really well. And Sheikh Fayaz will also come on along with Tanmoy Ghosh.
Well, the introduction of Sheikh Fayaz, he was touted as a young sensation when he started. And since then, he has evolved in the ground. He has evolved in the sides. Most importantly, Sheikh Fayaz brings in a very exquisite brand of speed along with him. So if he can continue with that, and more importantly with his placement, he can be a star for Mohammedan Sporting as well. And once again, Alexis is shouldered with the responsibility of whipping that corner in. There comes the corner, and Van Lal, he has been standing tall over and over again, comes to the deliverance of Aizwal for the umpteenth time in the game.
How many times has he come across and done that, made amends, you would say, for that initial mistake, allowing a goal for Mohammedan Sporting, the first one of the game. Now that eighth corner, which Alexis will go and take again. As I said, you cannot keep him out of discussions.
Well, he's one man who really likes to be involved and involved in a wonderful way. There comes the corner once again. A bit of an emasculated header there, but Vanlal Riatpuya, the kind of form that he is in, I don't think that would have bothered him anyway.
Yeah, it's great to see how he's grown over the game. A very good shot stopper, of course, and just being able to hold his own in this first I League encounter for Aizwal. Possession with the home side, 60-40 for Mohammedan Sporting. 13 fouls as well from them as compared to 3 from Aizwal. But still, Rohit, 2-1 is definitely not safe. And this is when Aizwal should push forward. They've got nothing to lose. You might as well lose 3-1, but at least try to go for the second goal and get an all-important 1 point.
Very rightly said, Liam, because this is a league. So, yes, one may say that maybe the goal difference could have been better. But to be honest, a goal difference of a solitary goal, at least thinking about that in the very first game makes no sense. So, yes, Aizwal can increase the numbers up front. Maybe try and take the risk. It's understandable that Mohammedan Sporting is a very Belgrade side. And it looks like they have been given a free kick at a pretty decent juncture as well. So maybe and just maybe Aizwal will be fancying their chances from the free kick.
Yes, it's exactly where they have been trying to get a lot of their chances from. Again, it's Alexis who gets tangled. And this is the change I was asking for. Fredson Marshall comes in. He's someone who can shoot from a distance. He can get into decisive areas. And also, as his name suggests, Marshall the midfield. Let's see what comes of this one.
Well, once again, a familiar face here for that free kick for Aizwal FC. It's going to be Amoya. Can Amoya create another sensational free kick or an opportunity for Aizwal to latch onto? This will be a historic moment if he can. There comes the free kick opportunity. Rattles the woodwork though. Danger still not over. Finally, Mohammedan can now breathe and go forward as well. What a sensational chance created by Aizwal.
We always said that a 2-1 lead is not enough, and Mohammedan Sporting finding that out the hard way. That is another challenge. Aizwal will keep moving it forward. A bit of space here, and a shot, a decent shot, but over the top. And now a sigh of relief all around Nehati Stadium, because a few seconds ago there was a big opportunity for Aizwal. We'll come back to that one, but for now, that was the shot which was over the top.
Well. Surprises here for the fans in Mohammedan Sporting in the dying embers of the game as we now head to the extra minutes that will be added on. It is going to be a crucial spell of play for Aizwal FC. They have suddenly sprang forth to life. And what a timing to get into the right frame. 8 minutes of additional time, which means, Liam, it is going to be 480 seconds of exotic football.
I'm not too sure where the 8 minutes have come from. Yes, there have been a few substitutions and injuries, but 8 more minutes, maybe even 10 because of the injury now to Maximov. Rather to Kasimov, I beg your pardon. But he looks like he will be all right. They definitely need him in these last few minutes. But what a chance that was for Aizwal. It hit the woodwork. And they have just about stayed in this game. Credit to them. Especially because of the goalkeeping of Vanlal. And now a bit of space for David. Gustavo does well. He's got to be careful, of course, because he's already got a yellow.
Well, 8 staggering minutes is how long we see these two teams in action. Of course, there can be a lot of drama still remaining in this game, particularly now with Aizwal FC bursting forth to life. And the Mohammedan Sporting still on the chase, but they will be denied. However, the ball doesn't really go as far as Aizwal would have wanted Mohammedan Sporting now coming from the right, trying to create some space, maybe a cross as well. There comes the cross, they'll have a corner. This looks like a very positive spell of play. Sheikh Fayyaz, the incoming substitute, trying to create something for his team here.
As you said, Rohit, when he came on, that is what Sheikh Fayaz is known for. A bit of a nervous energy in Nahati Stadium, especially after that ball struck at the corner. Sheikh Fayaz being held on to. David goes short. They might just take it short. And that's exactly why there is a defender there, Ramsanga, to try and stop it. Alexis tries to threadle one through and then cross, but there was absolutely no space for him.
At the moment, Aizwal FC will try and take everything in their advantage. A change here. Mohammad Irshad, we were talking about his prowess. We were talking about how Mohammad Irshad can definitely be a game changer as well. It's just that he takes a bit of time to come on, and he is going to make way for Angu. Angu has had a very tiring game, to be honest, but he's actually been extremely effective. Look at the weapon that he
Got an assist as well for the goal towards Alexis as Sheikh Fayaz moves forward. Oh, and that's a miss kick, but somehow found an Aizwal player, which will be fine for Van Lal. Here comes Fayaz again, always active on the right hand side, plays it towards Kasimov. Irshad looking for the 1-2, won't get it though. But Mohammedan Sporting can move it forward. Alexis will want to keep the ball in these areas, and he does really well. Skips past Joseph, has a couple of other players, but fits it in there for Tanmoy Ghosh.
Mohammedan Sporting just focused on keeping the ball at their feet. Aizwal, however, they are also relentless. They are also trying their very best to go forward with an opportunity. However, they've given the ball away at a very critical juncture. Mohammedan Sporting can drive forward. They are looking for help in space.
David did not have too many options. He did have Alexis though, who just before this avoided making any challenge. Alexis, so he knows that he's treading on a fine line. And in the last few seasons, Rohit, Mohammedan Sporting have been quite composed. As we see this ball played through, very good piece of defending there. They have been quite composed. They've won quite a few titles, including the Durand Cup as well. So they know how to put a game to bed. Here is Fayaz trying to put the game to bed. He puts it across goal. A touch from Van Lal and then the clearance. And they're just about hanging on by a thread here, Aizwal. And it's all thanks to one man.
Well, Van Lal Riyadpuya, he may be the tragic hero of his side, but what a heroic showdown has this been from him. Look at this once again. Had he not got that touch, that was clearly on goal. I mean, just touch from any part of the body and that would have gone into the back of the net.
He has been a thorn for David, because since David has come on, he has looked to score quite a few times. Van Lal not allowing him to do so. Here is Fayaz, plays it backwards. It'll be interesting to see where they go with this one. That's a very nice touch inward from Tanmoy. Back towards Alexis. Tanmoy again looks for a cross and will get another corner. How many corners have we seen today for Mohammedan Sporting?
And they keep on getting higher. 11th corner for Mohammedan Sporting. It just tells you how extraordinary their attacking unit has been. Tanmoy came on recently. Sheikh Fayaz once again. A very mercurial player to try and contain. He's someone who will not let you breathe. Tries to keep the ball in control. Just chips it slightly forward there. However, Aizwal FC has wrested possession of the ball. It's just that they are not finding a way forward. Mohammedan Sporting has been brilliant in terms of pressing. And that is exactly what is helping to take the sting back in their favor that we saw from Aizwal a few moments ago.
Yeah, they don't have too much time here, Aizwal. They've been forced backwards, and this is why Tanmoy and Irshad have been doing well. Tanmoy's block almost finds its way into the back of the net, and he's shown so much of energy here. The local lad who has spent a lot of time playing in the Maidan in Kolkata has also had a bit of time in Gokulam, Kerala. But this could be the season where he really makes a big influence for Mohammedan Sporting. Good energy from him as well as we go into the final minute of the 8 that has been added on. Can Aizwal somehow get an equalizer? This is the chance, but Alexis, even in this minute, Rohit coming back and defending.
It has been absolutely brilliant. I think we were talking about his workload, we were talking about his capability to try and keep the ball away from the opposition and then something of his own. That is a lovely piece of work. Yeah, Alexis once again in the thick of things. So it's not exactly Alexis. Can be a chance, goal scoring opportunity. Tries to sneak it through the legs of Vanlal Riyatpuya, but it's not to be. And it was David Hamar who continues to be absolutely brilliant. But at the same time, Vanlal Riyatpuya, he's proven equal to the task. 18 shots from Mohammedan Sporting, 9 of them on target, a corner though, as we head towards the final minute of play.
My word, what a save again from the keeper, Van Lal. David has been denied a hat trick. It's as simple as that, but he should have finished that one. Probably the best chance of all, and he created it himself. It looks like it will be a corner. Good decision from the referee. It went off a red shirt. And if Mohammedan Sporting can keep the ball in this juncture, then it should be the end of the game. Alexis has it. He will keep it there. Fayaz will help him. Two experienced campaigners. And that is that. Mohammedan Sporting, with a loud roar in Nihati Stadium, will take the 3 points to start off their I-League campaign. Goals from Lal Mohan Puya and Gomez were enough for the Black and White Brigade to get the win over Aizwal FC.
Well, the Highlanders did put in everything that they could. Unfortunately, the effort was not